Three, two, one. Welcome back to the League of Luck podcast. This is season 3 episode. I don't know because I've been gone, but now I'm back like a Willie Mammoth tusk. You feel me? I'm Matt, the best Matt. We got Serge. We got the void filler, Devin. He's back in the house. I love him. He beat Al, which I love him a little bit more. Al's team sucks. We always knew it. He is 11th in our hearts, number 1 in our souls. Grumpy old man. Shout out Serge for keeping this thing running while I was on sabbatical. I gained 40 pounds. I'm about to get married, but I'm living life. I'm 3-1 for the first time in 75 years. So round of applause for me and my other co-host. Love y'all. Let's get it started.
Hell yeah, man. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Such a pleasure, man. Such a pleasure. It's great to see your face, man. It's great to hear your voice. It's just great to have you just back in full living color. Let's go, man.
That's it. Man. I'm here.
We definitely missed you, man. We got 4 weeks in. Still got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
So we can definitely pick up right where we left off, man. Matt, let's just jump right into power rankings, Matt. Do you want to tell us who's the number 12 team this week?
The number 12 team is Pants. Eli, dude, you're freaking slacking, bud.
Yeah. 0-4, man.
From last year, you sucked, but your team was a little better. You just had bad luck. This year, you just suck. Sorry, dude. Get it together.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. He pulled off a Saturday night midnight trade. We'll see how it comes together.
Yeah, it was a weird 3-way trade that I'm not into, but I think it's gonna bite him in his ass.
Yeah, Waddle hasn't found the end zone yet. He had the concussion, so I don't know if that's gonna kind of mess him up this season, but we'll see, man. Hawkinson's balling, but it's not looking good, man. Devin, what you think about Eli right now?
Not much, man. I never really have thought much. Not to be mean or anything, but you need to be more vocal, man. You need to you just need to put yourself out there a little more. I think you're a little nervous.
You should be. But
yeah, you should be. We are an intimidating group, but your team's reflecting that. As the manager of your team, you need to have a little more confidence, man. Puff that chest.
Talk a little shit.
Have a team talk. And look, I will say he had a really bad start to last season, and he pulled it together and actually made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't see it happening this year, but that's at least there's one thing I'm going to say good about you.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of confidence, doesn't look like Joe Burrow has confidence in his calf right now, and he's the guy at top. So I don't know, man. Like, if I had to give something, like Purdy might be the guy to go with. I don't know. Maybe he can right this ship. But anyway, enough about Eli. Number 12. I almost put this guy at number 12. He had one of the worst weeks of all time in the League of Luck. I have 1-3 Mark at 11, averaging 90 points per game. Entering week 5. Pretty rough, man. Pretty rough. I was looking at his quarterback point totals this year. He has 19 total points from his quarterback position. 19
total.
19 total.
That's tough.
He got a 000 from Aaron. And Derek's giving him like a 6, like another 6, and like a 9. So it's not looking good, guys, for Mark.
No.
A few things about Mark. He is he's a vocal coach. He always has faith in his guys, but they never come through for him. So maybe Mark, maybe switch it up a little bit. Maybe, make some daring trades if you can. I don't know how much value you have on your team.
But he did make a trade, and I thought the trade was a little questionable on his side. But he did it. He tried to shake it up, and we all knew, man.
Oh, he did the Kelsey trade.
Yeah. and that's
Oh,
probably was his best player, you know. And look, I think
that was his first pick.
Madison's been getting it going a little bit here. I think we have the debut of uh help me out here. Running back just traded for him. Cam Akers.
Yeah.
I don't think he played last week, so we got the debut of Cam. But I think maybe that the Vikings making that trade might have lit a fire under Madison. So he might get it going. But look, man, it all comes down to this. Olave is at this point his best player, and who who we have throwing the ball to him is just not it, dude. Whether it's James in our offensive line, so.
Well, it's not just that too. It's the return of Alvin that's really going to hurt Olave right now. So it's not looking good for him.
It's not looking good at all, dude.
Might be a little bit of a sophomore slump just based off of personnel, but
yeah. We all knew whenever the draft was going on. He drafted Aaron Rodgers, man. Like.
And that's I've done that before where I reached on a quarterback early and he went down. If y'all remember with Peyton Manning when he broke his neck, I took him in the second round. It's really hard to rebound from that. Like it's tough.
But even if he wouldn't have gone down, I mean, is Rodgers where he picked him? We'll get into we'll get into the draft later on. But I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing who he could have had instead of Rodgers, because I mean, dude, he could have gotten Rodgers probably 7 rounds later. It passed on somebody.
No one was picking Rodgers early. I'm sorry.
No, he picked him really early. So I think that was one of the things that hurt him the most. So
one thing of note for Mark, I guess it's could help him down the road is he does have that one division win, which we can't say for our next guy at number 10. Matt, who you got at number 10 this week?
Number 10, Ocho. We have the 0-4 boy named Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Brian, what's going on, man? I need to know what's going on, because usually you're a very good coach. You're a very good mover. You put your team in positions to win, but 0-4, that's a tough start, dude. And I don't see you bouncing back from it this year.
He punted too much. We talked about this the last 2 weeks, I think. The Saquon, Nick Chubb double injury really hurt him. I think his window to make some trades closed on him really quick. I think he should have definitely pulled the trigger on some things earlier. I really don't know how he's going to be able to right this, because with the triple flex, usually what Brian's good at, he can connect some super sleepers on the waiver wire, and sometimes they can hit for him, find a place in his starting lineup. But the waiver is so thin, and it's thin. So
very thin.
It's very few starting pieces.
You need to be first in line in waivers every week.
Yeah.
If you're not first, dude, you're screwed, man. You're screwed.
Think adding the triple flex was a great idea and a great thing to move the league forward. And I think moving forward, we're going to have to see more trades because the waiver wire is so thin. So people that don't usually trade, aka me, I'm willing to trade more because there aren't many pieces that I can pick up.
And one thing that's going to take time, I think, also is right at the very jump, man. I think some people are now looking back at their drafts, and I think they were drafting with a different strategy.
I think a lot of people didn't take into account that it was 3 flexes. I mean,
they weren't used to it, and I think that's where I thrived in putting my team together, because I drafted in with that in mind.
Right. Yeah. Right. Now, and we all know, dude, if Nick Chubb didn't go down, if Saquon didn't go down, he would be looking a lot better. But I mean, at this point,
that's the risk of running backs, though. They just get hurt at a way higher clip than receiver or tight end, any other position. And so the fact that he went 4 in a row, his team was already risky, and now it's just become super risky. And This is a must win. He can't go 0-5 in the division.
No,
You have to get one. You have to.
I don't think it does. I don't think you could go 0-5 in general.
Period.
Yeah.
Like 0-5.
And the schedule doesn't do him any favors because he's going up against the highest scoring team in the league this week in Kyle. So he's going to have a pretty insane game to even keep up with Kyle. But we'll get to Kyle later. Entering into our top 10, number 9, I have last year's co-champion Vincent at 2-2 at number 9. Quite a fall from earlier in the season. His average right now is 109 points. It's very subpar. It's just not enough. Aaron Jones gave him 2 points. He was on a pitch count. And speaking of the triple trade that went down Saturday, if I had to pick, I think Vincent may have lost out on all 3. I think his need to get that Mahomes Kelsey, he may have sold his soul, and I don't know if that was a wise move.
No, because again, in the triple flex league, you want depth at receiver, really, and what he got rid of was, I think, more value of just the Kelsey Mahomes. Because I'm going to bring it back to 2 years ago. Is that I pushed to get the Kelsey Mahomes duo, and they didn't have a good season, and I lost out big.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. If they don't have if Mahomes, Kelsey don't have a good season, what do you have to fall back on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something.
They're deciding your entire fate.
Yep. Yeah, and something's just off in Kansas City right now. I don't know what it is. They squeaked by the Jets, man. Squeaked by the Jets. I think that penalty at the end was bullshit.
The sauce,
but also there was a blatant 12-second holding penalty on Kansas City that wasn't called. Yeah. But something's just off, dude. I think it has a lot to do with Taylor Swift.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe. I mean, if you look back at last season, man, they kind of started out slow out the gate, and they're still 3-1.
Look. Could be enemy not being. I mean, it's Andy Reid, but I mean, something's just off, man. Something is just off in Kansas City. Luckily their defense, dude. I think if Jones wouldn't have come back, they wouldn't be where they are right now.
Jones is big.
He's their best. He is their better. He's playing. He is their best player right now for the entire team, I believe.
Yeah, because Zach Wilson was torching him up. If it wasn't,
right.
I kind of felt that that's what was going to happen at some point, that he was going to make a bonehead play, and he just literally gave him the ball.
Yeah.
You can't do that, man. They still got to go up against the Chargers. They got some better games ahead. Bengals, if they can get things right. So I think Kansas City will be okay. But I mean, just to bring it back to fantasy, for Vincent, that was a huge bet, and I don't know because Hockenson right now is, I think, number 2 tight end. So the point differential from Kelsey to Hockenson isn't going to be that much. I mean, right. Kelsey is still going to finish number 1 overall. That's a given. But
I mean,
he needs Aaron Jones to come back, and he needs him to come back in a big way.
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ Dillon is just he's just not a good football player. He's awful. So they need to just get rid of him and just give Aaron Jones the rock. And I will say this. 5 weeks are starting this week. Vince does not have any depth. When the Chiefs go on a bye, that's an automatic loss. He's going to have to go to the waiver. He's going to have to drop.
Got to go deep. He's invested highly in the Saints too, whose the offense isn't producing. He's got Michael Thomas and Shaheed. So it's not. And the whole McKinnon thing, the McKinnon is super boom or bust. He has to get in the end zone to be productive. And so we'll see, man. We'll see for Vincent, but he's dropped 2 in a row. and he's not averaging at a high clip. So we'll see. But that's the bottom four this week. Number 8, I have you, Devin, at 1-3 at number 8. You're keeping up with the top 3 teams in the league. You have 520 points, and we talked about this. Y'all's matchup, I think, could have gone differently if Jamal Williams doesn't go down, and you could be sitting at 2-2. So, like, it's just some bad luck. We know that's going to happen, but you're averaging 130 points a game, and you got the Justin Fields game that you needed. So
yeah. I wish he could play Denver every week. That'd be really cool. I think this week's going to be tougher. Going up against Washington at Washington on a short week. Look, hopefully, like Zach Wilson too. You know, he looked comfortable. Fields looked comfortable. I like that he didn't really do anything with his legs. It was all through the air. So hopefully, you know, you got a little confidence, and you know, I don't need him necessarily to score 35 a week, but man, if he could get me 20 to 25 a week, you know, if that was the case, I might be undefeated right now. You know what I mean? So we'll see. You know, Addison, he goosed me. I don't think that's going to happen every week. I don't know. We talked about it, Serge. You know, I know you were kind of, you know, picking at me a little bit about maybe doing a trade. And I told you, I said, I don't want to do anything because my team is there. They're right there and just put it together. And this past week, they put it together. Not going to happen like that every week. But hopefully Deontay comes back after his bye in a couple of weeks. And, you know, we'll see. But I think I'm deserving of 8 right now just with the 1 win. So but I will say this before I let y'all swing it to y'all. Al, I told you so.
Love it. I have a few things. You do have a good team. You are 1-3 due to some bad luck, but this is the legal luck. I'm glad you had bad luck against me. My concern is your investment in Justin Fields. If he does good, you have a chance, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in a basket with him, man. He's not consistent. Like he put up 35 against Denver, but Miami put up 70. So other than that, man, your team looks pretty damn stacked, and I could see you making it to the playoffs. But Justin Fields concerns me. But that's pretty much
also the Puka. I know Cup's coming back.
I think he'll still see production.
I know that, right.
Yeah, he's definitely going to see production. You need the Robert Woods of 2018.
I was just going to bring it back. You know, I was going to say, if you remember the Robert Woods days, I mean, he
won me a championship.
Look, he's one of my 3 flexes, right? So, I mean, if he can,
and he's putting up numbers.
Yeah, I don't need him to put up 30, but you know, and who knows? If anything, Cup coming back, he might sustain it just because, you know, they're going to be keying in on Cup, and they'll both do good. I think Cup coming back. I think Tutu, Van Jefferson has done shit, but Tutu Atwell, I think he's going to get phased out, and I think it could be the Puka and Cup show. And
I agree, man. And at the very least, his floor is flex. Right. And the fact that we have 3 of them, like it's just to set it and forget it until until the targets stop, you know, just start going away. But I don't see that happening, man.
Because I see his production getting a little lower, but as a flex, he's set.
Yeah,
he'll get you what you need as a flex.
Yeah. The one thing that I would like to see more production from is Kincaid, man. If Kincaid can step up his game a little bit, I think that kind of tightens your team a little bit more. But I mean, tight end is so tough to predict. But man.
I agree with you. I drafted him super, super late, like one of the last rounds, and he hasn't goosed me yet. I think he's averaging maybe 8 points in this day and age with the tight end. You know, I mean, he's keeping up with the average tight end. You know, I agree. I hope as the season goes on, he can, you know, turn it up a little bit more. But I can't say that I'm disappointed in his
No, I
position.
agree, man. I think one of the things that's hindering him isn't him.
Yeah.
And like not to put like injury on anyone, but like if Dawson Knox goes down, I think he's got top 5 in that offense. I think he can reach those numbers. It's just
I think if anyone
yeah,
on the team if Gabe Davis goes down, if
yeah,
anybody goes down, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
we'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see, man. Matt, bring us to number 7.
Number 7 is the tiny Jaguar himself, Ross.
Man, what a fall.
Dude, here's the thing: his team's producing.
Yeah,
They are. He lost 2 in a row, though.
yeah. He dropped 140 this week, man, which
He
is
did
enough to beat a lot of other teams. It's unfortunate.
luck. It's luck. But
Also some strategy though, Matt. He left a lot of points on that bench.
he left a lot of points on that bench. I
He
think
is
his
not, he
I
is
think
not
his
gonna-
downfall is investing too much in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all saw my Taylor Swift GIF that
Yes.
I put for him. So it, you know, maybe
It's him. He's beating himself.
maybe, man. He's got some chips though, man. And if the time to move some pieces, he had mentioned that, the Jags combo might not be for the entire season. So I think if he splits it up a little bit, I don't know why he went away from the Commanders. They were doing good for him those first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He went away from it a little bit with McLaurin and Brian Robinson. So I mean, I get it. Jerome Ford is in an offense that he's going to get the rock a lot, but I don't know. But other than that, man, Nico Collins is balling. I mean, top 10 receiver right now. He called it too, like on draft day. He was like, Nico Collins is going to hit. Got to see more out of Trevor and Calvin. Ingram is a top 12 tight end. Love it.
He's doing well.
And Etienne's getting a lot of touches. It's just this week it was just an unlucky one, man. He would have won against a lot of other teams. We'll see, man. He's averaging, what is it? He's averaging 128. So that's a good average right now, So
it's always tough to drop 140 and lose. That's
super tough.
We've all been there, man. It's not fun, but
he's got a tough matchup against Al this week, so maybe he can snap that losing streak.
Yeah, and when we get to the matchups, I'm a little worried about Ross this week. I'm gonna just say that now.
Foreshadow that.
Yeah, foreshadow that. A little worried about him.
All right, Ross. Well, we wish you all luck this week. As y'all saw, the producers of the league flexed his game into prime time, so maybe his players will show up against Al, the co-champ from last season. But our top 6 teams this week. Number 6, I have Dave, Michael McCaffrey at number 6.
Yeah. Right.
Decent.
I don't like his team. I don't. I love McCaffrey, but I don't like really anything else.
Yeah.
You got to chuckle out of Brittany on that one.
So I predicted a good game out of Lamar and Andrews. They hit, his stack hit, and McCaffrey is the league MVP right now. So like, as long as he's healthy, Dave's got and you got one of those guys, Matt, and Tyreek Hill, but he's got a guy that can win you a week, like,
literally,
by himself.
Yeah.
So 30 to 40 points any week. So that's good. Lamar can stay healthy. They can figure out that offense as the season goes. Led by those 3 guys. I mean, Dave should be able to hang in each week. We'll see if the Swift thing. We'll see if the Swift thing kind of comes down. But as of right now, it doesn't look like it. So he's a solid RB2 right now.
Very solid, very good pickup. I still don't like the team as a whole, but
yeah,
he's got 4 Ravens in his starting lineup right now. I just realized that, and 2 of them.
Well, yeah, he's doing the whole Ross thing, but
yeah. I don't like the Justice Hill thing. I think he's hurt. I don't think he's going to be able to produce for Dave. He's got a few lucky flex weeks where like DJ Chark and Eli Moore went off. So like that's my one concern is he's pretty top heavy. I don't know if his flexes can sustain that, but he got it done, man. He's averaging 121, which is the least amount out of the top 8 teams. So he needs to bring those points up, but he did this week. So
that's the
He
Dave.
did. He had a good week. He had a good week this week.
That's
he was
the
averaging 90 points prior, though.
Yeah.
Dave's always just, I don't know. They're gritty. They always find a way to win. It seems
He squeaks by, but towards the end of the season, that's
like a little mouse. He just squeaks by, man.
I mean, especially coming off of losing the Brother Bowl last week to little Matt. It kind of lit a fire under Dave this week, and hopefully he can keep that moving forward. But it wasn't enough to crack our top 5 this week. Matt, I'll let you have the honors at number 5. I don't know if you agree or disagree with it, but
I'd agree. I'd agree right now off the off point factor, but number 5 is me. I think I have a very deep squad.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started 3-1 for the first time in forever. I'm in that 120 average mark. Well, when I'm averaging 122.
Yeah.
I want to bring it up a little bit, but I'm comfortable with my point margin. I did get lucky a few times, but league of luck. I'm not mad at the top 5 right now.
Yeah, I think it's
that little Matt's up there, but he has a strong squad. But
he does, and I think it's a fair spot for you, Matt. Number 5 at 3-1. You got 2 elite quarterbacks, fantasy wise, and Jalen and Tua. Tyreek's the man. James Cook's had some decent production for you. Adam Thielen has been solid. Got some pieces, man.
That
point total, maybe bring it up a little bit, but
I'm trying. I'm lacking in the tight end division.
Yeah.
I think I'm willing to make trades.
Yeah.
I drafted my team
that I did see that was positive maybe for you, Matt, is Robert Salah said that Breece Hall is no longer on a pitch count.
No,
so I would expect him to help you out the next few weeks, and hopefully he can stay healthy for you, because that would be nice to get, solid production from Breece.
Yeah, and then Najee hasn't been producing too much. That whole offense has just been weird.
I know, man, and Pickett's banged up. Deontay. I don't know. I'm worried about Najee.
But you've been getting some serious production out of Hollywood Brown. And old man Thielen, dude. He's been the best thing that could happen to you if Bryce Young just gets a little turf toe or something, they put Andy Dalton back in.
Yeah.
And I mean, because Adam Thielen's been doing it regardless, but I mean, you saw what happened when he's got a quarterback that's been there, I wouldn't say that Dalton's better, but I mean, he's been
Dalton's not gonna take off when Bryce does, so he's gonna throw it. He's gonna at least give Thielen a shot, and Thielen has pretty good hands.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. Like, what's Dalton playing for these days? A check, you know what I mean? So he's just gonna chuck the ball. So, but I mean, overall, dude, I love your team. I think, like Serge said, Breece, I think the trainer wheels are about to rip off, and he's just about to go ham. I love James Cook, Tyreek. I mean, Kyle Pitts really letting you down. T. Higgins is letting you down too, but that whole offense is just
big time.
You know what I mean? But I think as the season goes, I think the Bengals are gonna, put it together a little bit more. And all you need from T. Higgins, I mean, look, when you have a player like Tyreek Hill, that's basically having your 2 wide receiver positions filled with one player.
You need 12 points. You need T. Higgins to give you 12.
And that's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. The only thing I will say, Matt, bad about your team is, and I mean, honestly, you could say it's about probably 10 out of the 12 teams in this league, is that your depth's a little a little sketchy.
For sure.
When the bye weeks start to hit, it's gonna get a little scary. But again, I mean, when you're playing 3 flexes, dude, that's every team's like that. So if I had I love the team, but if I had one, bad thing to say, that's it.
I'd agree with it. But I'm willing to make some trades this year. I am willing to make some trades this year.
Yeah, I mean, at the very top, I mean, I think you're making the right choice with Jalen over Tua. But I think you're in a good position with either one of those. So maybe that might be something to look at. And you've mentioned it. You're willing to
trade either one of those
ways.
guys.
Yeah.
Look, so I'll say this: with your depth being, what it is. I mean, you got 2 players I'm looking at right now that you can easily drop. You might just want to look at the waiver wire for another tight end, dude. Because I mean, there are other guys out there that are outscoring Pitts on a weekly basis that are on the waiver wire. Yeah. Don't let that name just and where you picked him force you to start him. You know what I mean?
I know what it's like, Matt, and
I get it.
I feel for you. I just I don't.
I'm rooting for you, dude. I love it. I love that you're doing great.
I love it, but I waited a long time.
I also loathe it. Yeah, because of my division.
Speaking of loathe,
I should have waited to piss right now. This is where I should have went and peed.
Well, no. I think you're gonna like this one. And speak, like you said, loathe. The word loathe. I think there's a vendetta right now between both of y'all. And at number 4, the team that you beat this week, our co-champion, Al comes in at number 4 this week. A little bit of a drop, but averaging 128.
He's not gonna like this.
Well, it is what it is. The numbers don't lie. It's not negative though, man. I think he made the right decision with CJ this week. And honestly, I personally may even like him over Deshaun moving forward. He finally got some production out of Derrick Henry. Ran one and threw for one. That's big for Al. Al needs that. And if he can get him and Pollard to both deliver on the same week, which has been yet to happen, really, that would be clutch. But Al's solid, man. He's got some good pieces that are pretty consistent. James Conner. Overall, Al's still in a good position. But he's just a slight notch beneath the top 3 teams. What do you think, Matt?
I think losing to Devin really hit his stock,
Yeah.
Because he's very high on his ability to coach and move pieces around. And then Devin just came in and just sideswiped him and put him in his place.
Because he was undefeated, Matt, and Devin was 0-3. So
exactly. Luck was had nothing to do with it. Devin's team just outplayed Al's team, and I think Devin out-strategized Al. Which Al banks himself on being a good strategy person as he is a lay person. Al, pick it up, man. You have a good team. Use them. Why are you not using your team, dude?
I called it, man. I called it. Called it multiple times, Serge, when we talked on the phone the other day. I told you, man. Said I was confident. I'm taking down the Roman Empire this week.
Yeah. I said you took them down. The Empire hasn't collapsed yet, but you definitely put a chink in his armor.
I broke a part of the wall.
You took down a brick. I love it.
Yeah. You definitely did that. One thing that could lead to an ultimate, collapse at some point could be the lack of production from Darren Waller. Huge offseason signing by the Giants, who has yet to deliver. The Giants look awful offensively. I think they broke a record of the least amount of points at home for the first 2 home games, total of 3 points. So I don't know what's going on there. Jefferson is Jefferson. As we've mentioned with Tyreek and CMC, he's got an elite piece. Yes. So As long as Justin stays healthy, he's going to get his 20 points a week. And Cortland Sutton's been a pleasant surprise, in my opinion. I was not high on Cortland Sutton this season. So that's been a pleasant surprise for Al. We'll see, man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But just to wrap it up, congrats, Devin. Huge win. You're back in the mix now.
Yeah. We talked too. We said, that was a must-win game for me.
You needed it.
I sat my guys down. I talked to them. I told them. I said, this is it. It's now or never. It's time to step it up. I drafted y'all where I drafted y'all for a reason. Okay, I have confidence in you. It's time for you to have confidence in yourself and go out there and win this shit. And they did.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I can keep it going. But
we'll get to picks, but he's got to go back up against Ross this week. Ross is dropped 2, so Ross is definitely going to be out for blood. So Al definitely doesn't have an easy one this week. So we'll see how he rebounds from this first loss of the season. Matt, bring us into the top 3.
Top 3. So at number 3, we have currently team named Matt Harris, aka Sergio. Sergio, he put his pieces together this year, and they're hitting. He has a fucking squad, man. He's averaging 135 a game. He has depth. He made some trades that were in his favor. I see you losing this week. Just from sheer my team's better, but
yeah,
I like your squad, and I think you're deserving of a top 3, if not top 2.
Yeah,
so I think you're being humble, but
I'll let Devin give his analysis before I jump in, but of my decision of number 3. But
Serge is definitely really going for that humble that humble name this year, whatever. But so I'm just laughing because I really fucking hate how y'all both have each other's team names when I was doing the fucking games earlier. Oh man. But anyway, so Serge, I've talked to you. I mean, your team's awesome. The trades you made are great. Is Cooper Kupp coming back this week? We'll see.
Big question mark.
Yeah, yet to be determined. If he doesn't,
I'm thin.
Things could get a little iffy. Wow. Yeah. Didn't realize you had Eckler over there too. That really
Not this week, guys.
Yeah, but you gotta have him. He is right there.
He's there.
But, yeah, look, Serge, you had a great draft. You had a great record, and you just said, you know what? I'm not pleased. I'm not satisfied. I want more. I want more. And you went out and you got more. And I think right now, there's been teams that have put up more points than you, but I think overall, when it comes down to it, depth, and everything else, man, I think you're the team to beat at this point in the season right now. True. You got the highest scoring quarterback in fantasy with Justin Herbert. Stephon Diggs is scoring 8 touchdowns a game. David Montgomery scoring 6 touchdowns a game. Josh Jacobs looked like he finally started to get it together last week.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp waiting to come back. You got fucking awesome. How did this happen, man? This is bullshit.
Exactly.
Well,
you got Mike Evans, like.
Yeah. Thank y'all for the kind words. Yeah, I gave 2 teams a slight edge this week. I know they're putting up more points. Not much more, but
you're doing the karma thing. I get
any of these top 3 teams. I think all 3 deserve to be top 3 as of right now.
I agree.
So, like, however you want to put them, that's how you want to put them. If you want to put us all tied for number 1, I see it. But, man, it's just coming together. I don't know. I just attacked the bottom of the league, and I saw some vulnerabilities and was able to flip some pieces. But really, it comes down to draft, man. I a lot of my draft picks have hit. Last 3 weeks though, man, I've been hit with some injuries, and I think that could kind of weaken me. This week, Mike Evans got a hamstring, and a lot of my top guys, I'm hit with week 5 bye. So Evans, the Chargers. So I don't know, man. This week is going to be tough. I agree, Matt. I think it's going to be an uphill battle. If Cooper Kupp comes back, I think we kind of have a 50-50 toss-up.
We have a game. I think we have a 50-50 toss-up no matter what. I think it's going to be a very close game.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But hopefully the hamstring for Mike isn't that bad.
I think it's tough. I heard it wasn't. I don't think it is that bad, and they have a bye this week, so that's pretty fortunate.
Yeah, well, I have T. Higgins is out, but I have his handcuff in Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, I mean, well, you always have Tyler Boyd, so that's always good.
Always.
Sometimes bye weeks aren't bad. Sometimes they come at a perfect time for your player, and it's not a bad thing.
If you have the depth, which you do.
Yeah. It was tough for me to let go of Kelsey, man. I had a couple offers on the table, and I went with that one. So hopefully the Eckler thing can pan out for me. But
yeah, I really hope so too.
So anyway, Devin, you're really not going to like this one. At number 2, we have Little Matt at number 2.
Okay, that's fine. As long as he's not number 1, I would have just logged off.
Here's the thing: I hate Little Matt. I love him too, but mostly hate him.
Yeah,
but he has a squad.
Yeah,
he has a squad this year, bro, and I don't know what kind of shrooms he took before the draft, but must have been some good ones.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this: he was sitting next to me during the draft, and I was pretty drunk, and I guess I wasn't aware of my surroundings and didn't realize I was sitting right next to a serpent, a snake.
Yeah.
And I think I was mumbling things like, "Oh man, this would be this," and he just kept
he just listened.
He
that could be it too. That could be it too.
Because he's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? He usually
well, not only that, guys. You do know he has a track record of some unethical cheating.
Yeah.
So that could be it.
Devin, you may be onto something. We may have to investigate this further.
Yeah,
got to run the tape back. But guys, he got a nice waiver pickup in Kyron. That's been solid. Overall, man, Amon-Ra, Jamar Chase, they've been solid for him, and Chase not even that much. So
both of his running backs too.
Yeah, once Chase comes back, Kenneth Walker looks solid.
Go there.
He's got probably, if I had to, probably the top 2 wide receiver 2s in the league, and Devontae Smith and Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
If you can put T. Higgins in that conversation and Waddle, but fantasy wise,
you could put Romeo Doubs in that conversation too, because he's having a hell of a season so far.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
I'm done. I'm not saying anything else positive about his team.
Yeah.
So y'all can continue, be my guest, but I'm done.
He has a solid team, dude. He does.
Solid. I mean, look at the average, man. The average speaks for himself. 136, which is very impressive. If you can eclipse that 130, you're going to have a shot each week. And
definitely,
he's got a little bit of a cushion right now at 136. So 3-1, man. Some big wins under his belt against Dave this week. He's going up against Mark, and we'll get to picks. But Little Matt could be looking at 4-1, guys. Entering to finish divisional play at 4-1. So good things on the horizon potentially for Little Matt this season. But last but not least, we got a new number 1, guys. And Matt, I'll give you the honors, man.
Fuck, Kyle. Your team has been putting up crazy numbers. I think your meltdown last year really put you into perspective to come back strong. And I got it. You did.
Yeah, I did not. When I woke up on November 7th, I didn't know how the future would look in this league with Kyle. But man, he's come a long way since November 6th, guys.
Yes. I mean,
I don't understand the reference, but he is having a really good season so far.
Oh, I mean, we don't have to go back in time, but
No.
there was definitely a tirade.
yeah,
we've all,
yeah.
We all just move on from things like that.
I think
it helped. We've done.
I think what it did is help him grow, as well as us as a league.
Yes,
coming in strong. He's
strong.
He's scoring. Completely. He's outscoring everyone.
And he's got Jonathan Taylor just sitting there, ready to come back.
Some very smart strategy with him as well, man. Like really strong drafting this season. Some really key waiver wire pickups, and also some handcuffs that have paid off for him. He went with like a pseudo running back zero approach. He was able to get Jonathan Taylor for cheap, knowing that he was going to be out. But then other than that, he went Rachaad White, and I don't remember who else, but he's been rolling with Zach Moss. So like definitely something to look at, guys, for next season. But he's solid, man. Astronomical numbers the last 3 weeks, which is crazy because his first week he scored like 70 points. The 3-game win streak. So has been very odd, but definitely deserving of number one.
Let me speak on that first week. If you remember, that first week was a really off week for Mr. Josh Allen, right?
Correct.
And Serge, I know you have some great sources, but my sources have hinted to me that after that week, Josh Allen's been probably easily top 3, probably number 2 fantasy quarterback in the league. And my sources are telling me that, if he has one, Josh Allen is still, for whatever reason, on very thin ice. And if he has another game like that, then he's going to be looking for something else. So,
we'll see. We'll see how long this lasts.
I think that's a little greedy. I think that's a little, it's a little goofy, a little silly. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen is a very, very big reason why he is on a 3-game winning streak. A chain is
crazy.
just killing it. Zach Moss, which he's got Jonathan Taylor, like, just in case, Keenan Allen has just been absolutely balling. CeeDee Lamb doing his thing. Zach Ertz just consistent. He's just consistent.
Yeah, Keenan has been very clutch for him. I guess very similar. Going into this offseason, a lot of people were down on Keenan with them drafting a receiver. They were saying like maybe this was the year Mike Williams takes over, but we all know what happened to Mike. Keenan's been balling, and then I think some of it has to do with Eckler being out, but I think Keenan is still going to be nice for him, and if he can continue to get something out of Rachaad White, man, Kyle is definitely on a tear. But I don't really have anything bad to say about him right now. I'm like struggling to say anything bad.
All I can say is just hope that your week 1 doesn't come back.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just say just.
Well, they do have to play the Jets one more time. So
yeah, just don't get too greedy, man. I just when my sources were telling me about how he's still just skeptical, about his quarterback play, I just don't get too greedy, man. Enjoy, just live in the moment. Enjoy what's happening right now.
Yeah, and if I'm not, my history doesn't let me down. I don't think Kyle's ever won the league. Is that correct?
No, he made it to the championship 1 year, and I beat him.
Okay, so myself, I've never won the league. So I mean, past champions, just I think we put y'all on alert. Like me and Kyle, we're coming for this championship this year, and Devin just won one this week. So like, the past champions
I'm still
need
trying.
to. You can't let your foot off the gas because me and Kyle, man, and Devin, man, we're all hungry for that first title. So
I see it. I could tell.
we'll see, man. We'll see if it continues, but let's wrap that up. Top 12, man. Really, it's 4 games in, bro. Like it's almost halfway through the season, which the fantasy season, which is crazy. But we all like once this thing gets started, it doesn't stop. So Devin, what team impressed you the most this week?
I'm gonna go with our number 1, man, Kyle. I mean, I think this is 2 weeks in a row he's put up the most points. I mean, what can you say that we haven't already said? It was a good segue. I mean, it's just, I mean, he's absolutely killing it, and he's the waiver wire. His lineup decisions. I mean, it's just everything's just coming together for him right now, and I'm happy for him because I feel like everybody's always doubting him. I think he doubts himself a lot, but he's also very confident. And right now he's just flying high. Those flamingos, man, they are flying high, and they're very
flying high,
very pink right now.
Yeah, and if he can continue to put up those numbers, man, like I keep telling y'all, man, the ratings are up. The producers, they love points, and it sucks that he got flexed out of a game this week. But we'll get to picks.
It's also good for him because he's doing that good that I mean, it's just like another blowout. You know what I mean? So
totally.
So here's the thing: his team did impress me, and it continues to impress me. But what team impressed me the most was Devin's team.
Me too, man. I put Devin down.
He didn't lose confidence. He started 0-3, and he was playing a co-champion 3-0 Al.
Yeah,
that's intimidating.
160, 160 total points. Super impressive.
Champion. Not my champion, though.
And true, not my champion either. But he beat him, and that's a huge win for you.
Yeah,
you have no idea how big that is for your season.
Oh no, I know it was a must win.
It's monumental. You needed that win.
Needed it.
And you needed that one, and you got it. And that's
you put yourself in a position to finish division games, potentially 2-3, and at 2-3, you definitely are still in the mix.
Yeah.
So sure. I'm with you, Matt. I thought Kyle was super impressive, and he's deserving of the best team in the league
for sure.
But as far as what impressed me, definitely Devin impressed me the most.
Well, I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
Matt, what player surprised you the most this week?
Probably Nuka. What's his name?
Puka.
Yeah.
You can call him Nuka. That's cool.
He put up another 30 piece or close to it.
Yeah, I think 33.
Yeah, I didn't last week.
31. I'm sorry.
He was putting up those numbers. I was like, that's not going to happen consistently. It's he's his third flex.
Yeah, and the game between you and Al was still in the mix, and the fact that game went to overtime, really, like, you separated yourself in the fourth quarter. You separated yourself. It was still fairly close, and I mean, we know how it played out with Darren Waller, but like, it could have been a closer contest going into Monday night, and who knows, but it wasn't enough. But yeah, man, Puka, super surprising start to the season.
Yeah.
But the same, like what you said about being able to follow up a good performance with another good performance, it's the rookie, man, Achane. I thought,
true.
Scoring 4 touchdowns and then following it up with 2 touchdowns. He eclipsed 100 yards. Man, that dude is looking like a Tyreek version of like a running back. Like he can
running back, yeah.
It looks like they got someone in him. And then it looks like Kyle has someone in him too.
Pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mostert fumbled twice last week. I think so.
Well, he's known to do that,
right? Yeah. And he's also known to get injured. So I know Jeff Wilson's coming back, but I think at this point, man, Achane has just solidified himself as the guy.
For sure. No,
well, and Mostert's
on another big week. That's a wrap.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think
he's definitely he's in the offense. Whether he's
yeah,
a
I don't
starter or
think that's
not, he's gonna
Yeah.
he's gonna have a role.
yeah.
It's kind of the same thing as Puka, man. Like at his floor now is a flex play, and the fact that Kyle was able to get him so cheap, like in the draft, I mean
Yeah.
that could be a league winner. So
He's a must start until you see something different, which I
yeah,
just don't. I think his floor is at this point probably like RB2 numbers. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, definitely.
it's
Easily.
one thing that could put a wrinkle, I don't know, is McDaniel has like a soft spot for Jeff Wilson, and I think Wilson's coming back. And if it ends up being like a triple committee, some weeks his numbers, like if he doesn't find the end zone, it could kind of bring him down to earth. But he surprised me the most this week, man.
all
Yeah.
right. I'll say who surprised me the most was Mr. Montgomery, David Montgomery. Coming off coming off the injury, going to Green Bay, whose Green Bay's defense has been pretty stout. You got Gibbs there, just like it's like, why do they hate him? Y'all have all seen the video of the draft room when they drafted him early in the first round. Gibbs,
Yeah, 12.
went crazy. And it's just like David Montgomery is just, if you watch him, if you actually watch the tape and watch him, I mean, dude, he looks great.
Yeah.
He looks great. And I mean, what did he put up? What, 3 touchdowns this week? Like I said,
three.
Coming off an injury, man, and I mean, I don't know. I don't see. I mean, maybe not 34 points a week, but I mean, I think that's his backfield. I think that's his backfield right now. He impressed me the most. Like I said, coming off the injury, you think maybe he'd be eased in a little bit, but he touched the ball a lot, and he did. Yeah. He did a lot with what he was given. So that's my guy.
Yeah, three definitely surprising performances. Let's go to some negative stuff, man. Devin, entering week 5, what team are you most concerned about at this point of the season?
I'm so tired of saying it, man. Mark.
Yeah.
I think last week I went with Brian. But again, Brian's got something. Mark's just struggling, man. 52 points, man. It's just it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good, man. And I don't see it getting any better, dude. I'm rooting for you, dude, but like I don't know.
The team I'm most concerned about is the Saints, first and foremost.
Yes.
We're not looking good.
No.
On the coaching end.
Yeah, and we got to play Belichick this week.
Yeah, I'm very concerned. But as far as the league goes, I'd say Eli. Like,
yeah,
dude, this is like, it's make it or break it for you. You have to make a stand. But is this his second year?
Second year,
man. Last year you impressed us by making a run, but like, come on, man.
Yeah,
you're a sophomore, bro. You got to do better.
I think last season he also went 0-5 to begin the season. So I don't know if Eli has won a divisional game since he entered the league.
I don't think he has. True.
He either started 0-4 or 0-5. I don't remember, but
no, he was definitely 1-5 at some point.
At some point. So at the minimum, he may have one division win since he joined. Those two guys are definitely concerning, man. I mean, if I have to pick just the other guy, it's Brian, just because of who he plays this week. Like I do not see a path to victory this week against Kyle, and that means 0-5, and not to knock your team, Devin, but like you play Eli this week, and I think that's a better matchup for Eli than it is for Brian.
I completely agree.
And so, and then, I mean, well, I don't know. Like, Mark's matchup against Little Matt is equally as tough.
Yeah, true.
That's not going to be good.
So, really, all three of these guys, they have really tough matchups. They're going to need, like what you did last week, Devin. They're going to need 160 They're gonna need to like really hit on everything. So
Yeah.
but anyway, the next question, I was looking at it, man. There wasn't that much of impact. I touched on it. Really, the only one that could have impact on my side that I saw was Mike Evans, hamstring. I don't really know. Did I miss something? Was there another injury that kind of?
I combed it pretty hard trying to find something. So kind of like how I took it, there was no, top guy that really got hurt this week. So
Yeah.
what I did was I kind of went a different route. And there's a few guys that didn't necessarily get injured this week, but if we're talking that it's going to affect
It could linger.
fantasy. So there's three guys. Joe Burrow, something's wrong right there, right?
Something's wrong.
Also, with the same team, what could be a positive is T. Higgins being hurt could possibly help Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Right. And then also who I have is the Derek Carr thing with Chris Olave. And then one more, Debo.
Yeah.
The Debo thing. Yeah. The ribs and knee. And I mean, Vince is super reliant.
He needs Debo. He needs him.
That was my actual pick was Debo, because Vince needs Debo. And if we're talking about an injury to affect a fantasy team, that's like one player. That's who I went with is Debo. So if that injury lingers, man, Ayuk is just balling. Christian McCaffrey is just balling. They don't even need him. So why risk him? And that's what I said last week, Serge. If you don't remember, I said that, I think I picked Kittle to be the top tight end because I said that, they're playing Arizona. They're not going to need Debo. I don't think Debo is going to have a good game. And he had.
And it possibly could have happened, but Christian McCaffrey just, he can't not score a touchdown. Like he's just like,
give me the ball
right now. Did y'all see he's 13, 14 games in a row?
Yeah. 13 games. Yeah.
I think the record is 15 or 16. Like he's on the verge of like breaking that record.
Breaking records, yeah.
So
is there no
Matt, did you have an injury that?
I mean,
I know your guy got hurt.
That's what I like, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, but I mean, T. Higgins hasn't really been producing with the Bengals offense how they've been, but
I don't think it's that concerning for your team because you do have Tyler Boyd.
I do have Tyler Boyd. I have his handcuff. So,
but you're in a better spot with T. Higgins if he's healthy. So like, hopefully it's not that bad.
Right. But then that's the whole thing.
Then the next question I have is who's the bounce back question? Who's going to have the biggest bounce back? For me, I guess part of it is biased, but also I feel like he could have a good game. And this team needs him to have a good game. I think Chris Olave is due. I think he has a big game this week. If everything kind of works out, he scored 1 point for Mark last week. So like, we'll see. I know Belichick likes to take away pieces, but I think he's going to hone in on Alvin this week. And I think Olave has a path to an elite performance.
I gotta disagree with you just because if they start Derek Carr, which I'm assuming they're going to, he can't throw the ball accurately past 5 yards. And I just don't see it. I think the Saints are going to lose again this week. I think they're going to, get outcoached by a team that's not even good. The Patriots are not good, but I think going to New England, Belichick coming off one of his worst losses, maybe his worst loss ever.
Yeah, he's pissed. He's pissed.
Yeah, and if you don't think that Bill's going to have them boys playing this week, and I think the Saints look depleted, man. They look like they gave up.
Yeah,
they're playing for a little. I won't get into that. But
I mean, one thing of just positive note for the Saints this week though is they don't have to go up against Matthew Judon, and I think he can wreak havoc on our offensive line. So
I don't think it matter who is on the other side of that fucking line, dude. Our offensive line is trash.
Yeah.
I think our
Which is-
play calling's the worst.
Oh yeah, that's
ever.
absolutely horrible.
Do you have someone that's gonna have a bounce back, Matt?
I wouldn't really say bounce back, but Tyreek Hill didn't have a monster performance last week, but when he
Yeah.
put up 14, 15.
Yeah, that was a tough one against the Bills. I was just looking at it. Yeah, he's going up against the Giants. So yeah, I think Tyreek could pop.
Yeah.
I
Either
think
that or Brees Hall.
that's my pick is Brees Hall. I think, Salah saying that they're taking the training wheels off of him,
Yeah.
They need him because Cook isn't
Yeah.
really doing it for them. And
Yeah.
they need to get the running game going because Zach
Yeah.
Wilson was good last week without really much of a running game. If they get a running game going and give him just 1 or 2 more seconds back there on a play fake,
Right.
like that was my pick and my if I had another guy, I would say Pollard. I think a lot of people are going to be scared of Pollard this week because they're going against San Francisco, but Pollard to me hasn't been doing anything because Dallas has just been destroying people because of their defense. But
They're scoring a lot of defensive points.
but San Francisco's a legit offense, right?
Yeah.
So Dallas
Yeah.
hasn't really faced a legit offense yet. They played the Giants, the Patriots, and Arizona, who gave them the most trouble, I think. So
Connor had a good game against them.
Yeah.
I think Pollard is going to have a really good game, but I think the biggest bounce back is going to be Brees Hall this week, going against Denver, who Khalil Herbert just fucking torched. So I think it's going to be a Brees week.
Let's hope so.
Moving on to the bonus this week. We're at receiver. So this one's kind of tough because there's so many that we can choose from.
Yeah.
I think Matt, your guy is definitely in play. If I had to counter it, Jalen Waddle's due for a big game. I could see Waddle sneaky having one of his big games. You got Justin Jefferson going up against Kansas City on, I think that's Monday night, right? So, or is it Sunday night? I don't know, but obviously Jefferson's the easy choice, but
Don't count out Puka putting up a fucking another 30 piece.
yeah, especially if Kupp doesn't play.
Right.
Yeah. So, I like to dive deep here. So I have Jefferson as my second, my number 2, but can we confirm if that is a primetime game? The Chiefs and the Vikings?
It's not. It's Sunday at 4.
Okay.
It's an afternoon game.
Because Kirk Cousins is notorious for just being completely awful in those games. And I think the Chiefs defense is legit. So I could see the Chiefs running it up and the Vikings trying, but I could see another just Kirk Cousins not having a good game. I could see him getting sacked 4+ times. And I think I think a lot of people are going to think this is going to be one of those shootouts, but the Chiefs defense is looking like pretty. I mean, I know they had, against the Jets, but Mahomes
the Jets kind of exposed them a little bit.
But the Jets defense is legit. Minnesota's defense is awful. They are Patrick Mahomes, especially after the game he had. Patrick Mahomes is going to be like a man amongst boys out there. And to counter your Tyreek and Waddle, I think it's kind of the same thing that I think Miami coming off a loss. I think that I could still see Waddle and Tyreek, more so Tyreek. I think by halftime, Miami might be up 24-3. And then in the second half, I think it's going to be another A-chain and either Mostert or Jeff Wilson. I think they're just going to run the ball the whole second half. So I think Tyreek could still, I think he might win it just in the first half. But who I have, not to be biased at all, but it's just kind of set up that way because the Raiders defense is awful. And I'm sorry. Their defense is awful. So Green Bay is going to put up points. And
revenge game
too. And it's a revenge game for Mr. Devontae Adams. So I could see the Packers
JoJo
maybe
saying hi.
huh?
JoJo saying hi.
Hey, JoJo.
Hey JoJo.
No, I'm with you, man. I love revenge games. I think Devontae should do well Monday night. My one concern, which it really doesn't affect them, is who's throwing the ball to him because but like, is it Jimmy this week? Is it this guy Aiden? Is it
I think
Boyer?
Jimmy's back. I think Jimmy's back, but I think Aiden with a game under his belt already, and he didn't look terrible.
He
You
didn't.
know,
He did
he
not
didn't
look bad.
terrible. The problem was Devontae was out. He went out for a little bit during that game, and he really didn't get anything in the first half. But it started to click in the second half, and that's when they made their
Yeah.
comeback. So
I
he's
mean, I
gonna
watched
stay-
that one of those last drives. He got like 4 catches in a row.
Devontae in that last 5 minutes of that game just went berserk.
Yeah.
And
Berserk.
I think the rookie's going to be like, why would I even look anywhere else other than a Hall of Fame, wide receiver? And it's on Monday night. So if you don't think Devontae is in whoever
He's
quarterback
he's in
room,
play.
he's going into the quarterback room and he's saying, hey, give me the fucking ball.
Yeah,
So,
I think you're right, man. I think Devontae has a good shot. Matt, you're sticking with Tyreek? Is that's who you thought? Highest scoring receiver?
I want it to be. It could be, but I'm thinking Jefferson, honestly.
Yeah,
I can see Jefferson.
it's safe. It's
I
safe.
think it's going to be a shootout.
I know it's kind of. I mean, this is super dark horse, and Thursday night games are weird, but and this would help you out, Devin. But
DJ?
maybe DJ can put together something nice against Washington against that rookie.
I would love it. I would fucking love it.
AJ Brown just torched them, so
Yeah.
maybe DJ Moore can have a sneaky one, and luck is on Kyle's side right now, and he's already won one bonus. So I don't know. We'll see, man. There's so many. It really just depends how the game script plays out for these matchups.
Well, before we continue, can we all just agree that this whole weekly bonus deal is just fucking awesome, really cool?
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, awesome.
Very
And
I
one
hate
thing
that I
that's been
haven't won
cool
it yet,
is
but it's cool.
yeah, but one thing that's been cool is like there's been a different person that's won each
Every
week.
week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which I
like
figured
that.
I figured it would be. You know what I mean? Which just because it's I don't know. I don't know.
No, because I like the way it's spread. Because most people just do highest scoring team each week, and that Kyle would have won 3 weeks in a row.
No. I mean, we're gonna bring that back later on. I think that's where is it?
No, I just like how it's so spread, and it's not just highest scoring.
Week 8 and week 14, we have highest scoring team. So it's looking like Kyle has a shot at that. Next week we have highest scoring player, period. So
I like that.
That's gonna be a tough one to predict.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
We're gonna have to deep dive that. I mean, could skew quarterback, but also like could be any of them. So we'll see, man. But I'm with you, man. It's been a success. I've enjoyed like watching it. It gives me like another thing to root for when the games are not,
Right.
All right, week 5 outlook. Matt, who do you think's gonna start 4-1? Most likely to start 4-1.
Most likely?
Yeah.
Probably Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see Kyle.
I'm not, Serge, you know who
I'm with you. I'm gonna just say it since you don't want to say it. I think little Matt
that's 2 weeks in a row. I can't fucking do it.
Yeah, little Matt has the other than Kyle, I think he's got a pretty nice path to 4-1.
Well, I didn't want to say little Matt, so
yeah. I'll go ahead and say it, man. I'll say it.
Like Kyle.
Just for diversity.
He has he has the easy matchup.
Nah, fuck that. Kyle. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Either way, man, that's definitely good news for Kyle and little Matt.
Yeah.
I think they have a good shot. So I'm with it, man. And on our side, Matt, we're both 3-1, so one of us is going to end up 4-1. So good luck to you, man. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to you, Matt Harris.
Good luck, Serge.
Y'all are like it.
So I guess we're all in agreement on the flip side of that. The team most likely to start 0-5. It's looking like Mark and Brian, right?
No, Mark's 1-3.
Yeah. Well, Devin has Eli, obviously.
I got Ian.
Yeah, Eli. I'd say Eli.
Yeah.
It's between Brian and Eli,
and Mark.
No, Mark's 1-3.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. It's just
sorry, Mark. Sorry.
Mark squeaked out 1 win.
Yeah.
You are right.
I'm gonna say Eli, dude.
Yeah. I think you caught something this week, Devin. I think you're gonna steamroll again. So
all right. Let's not get too carried away here. Let's not get too carried away here.
All right, let's move into our picks. We've already kind of touched on a few. It's looking like unanimously we think Kyle is going to beat Brian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like a little interesting matchup between Dave and Vincent? Does Vincent correct this 2-game losing streak, or does Dave stay hot?
Man, that's a toss-up.
This one for me is a little tough. Let me see who I went with Dave. Because Pittsburgh's defense has actually been pretty bad. I know it's a divisional matchup and it's at Pittsburgh. So Lamar and Mark Andrews might not have as much fun as they had last week. He's got 4 Ravens in there, man. So if they have a bad game, it could go bad for them. But
yeah, CMC against Dallas.
That was like my. Like, he's still got McCaffrey, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know it's Dallas, but it's McCaffrey, you know?
Here's the thing. And if Mahomes and Kelsey don't hit, bro, Vincent's not going to win.
Which I'm telling you, dude, Matt, you said you think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, you think it's going to be a shootout. I could see that easily just being a blowout. Like, yeah. I could see it being a blowout, and like
he needs a 50 piece from them. He needs Mahomes and Kelsey to give him 50.
Does.
I could see Pacheco having another big game this week.
Well, that's going to hurt. Like he needs McKinnon to have a good game.
That's what I'm saying. I think I could see Pacheco having a good week and Mahomes
hurting Mahomes. Yeah.
Yes. That's what I can see this week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, Dave is top heavy, man. He needs Lamar, McCaffrey, Andrews to hit.
Yeah.
Hopkins just. I don't know if he's not healthy or that team is just strange. It's a strange offense.
Very strange team.
And then honestly, Odell is banged up.
I think San Francisco is going to humble Dallas this week. I didn't realize they were playing in San Francisco and it's a Sunday night game. I think San Francisco might.
But is it a CMC day or is it a Debo day?
Right.
I think it's a CMC day.
It's always a CMC.
It's always a CMC day. Always. It's always.
I'm gonna lean Dave on this one, guys.
I'm gonna go Dave.
I think Vincent is competitive just based on the matchups, but he's hanging on by a thread. And if for whatever reason Debo doesn't play or gets hurt, I think that's it. I think Aaron Jones is gonna see more touches this week, but. It's going to be tough for Vincent to sneak this one out, but I think he stays competitive.
Yeah.
What's the next one that we have? I think we're all in agreement that little Matt gets another one from Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's an easy win.
This one's interesting. Matt, do you think Devin gets it done versus Eli?
Yeah, I think so. For sure.
Yeah.
I don't like how confident y'all are about that.
Well, it's just I'm looking at teams and matchups and just overall confidence and.
Yeah, I mean, I should.
You have a top tier team with some bad luck.
Yeah, I should.
To Eli's credit, he does have some potentially favorable matchups. Yeah. Like if Joe Burrow can connect and do something. But I'm telling you, I don't know. Eli might pivot. He really might have to pivot, like based on.
Arizona's defense has like not been bad, and Burrow can't like. I should win this one, man. The reason why I'm
But
so
if he does go Purdy and Purdy puts up numbers,
If he goes Purdy, and if my prediction about Jalen Waddle comes correct, if your prediction of like a sneaky Chiefs Vikings shootout, like Hawkinson could hit, like it could go Eli's way, and he definitely needs it.
Right. Puka, if Cup doesn't start, Puka's playing Philly, like he's gonna have to deal with Darius Slay. And what I'm most worried about is tomorrow, Chicago at Washington. You know, I mean, if I have to start Khalil Herbert and I'm starting Justin Fields, so like, you know, if I get off to a bad start, man, you know, I could easily get 16 points out of them too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I think that game's going to be closer than it may seem.
Change my mind. I'm giving it to Eli.
All right. Thank you. What are you doing?
I'm trying to plug in my laptop.
I thought you were fluffing the cushions.
Oh, bro, my computer's about to die.
Nice.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna stick with my guns, man. I'm gonna support Team Devin this week. I think same with Dave and Vincent. I think there's some matchups that could go Eli's way, but
he just hasn't done it yet.
He hasn't done it yet, and just his overall average is not that high, and
his overall attitude.
Yeah, but one thing you gotta give the guy, he tried with the trade, you know, like I mean, whether it works or not, like
I respect him.
You know,
I don't know if I'd go that far.
It's too early to call it. To give up Eckler when he did, it was bold. I will admit it was bold, but it came out of desperation because he didn't play last week and he was on a bye this week, and but it wasn't enough last week, and I don't know if it's going to be enough this week.
That's just smart play by you, though.
Yeah.
Who we got next?
Prime time.
Allen Ross. The battle of the Gabagools.
Yep.
I say that Ross breaks his losing streak. If he knows how to manage his team and gets out of his head, he wins that game. But
all right, so as of right now, he changed it up a little bit. He put the Commanders guys in. He put McLaurin and Brian Robinson back in the lineup. He's sticking with Nico Collins. And if you go back, this lineup would have beat me. This lineup would have eclipsed what I ended up with, like 150. He would have beat me last week with this lineup. Yeah. So this lineup has 150 point potential. The tough part is that Al also has a 150 potential lineup.
Okay, but so I'm going Al because I think Buffalo's defense is legit, and don't know if y'all know this. That game is a London game.
Yeah.
So, but I think Buffalo's defense is legit.
But could that force Lawrence into like a 40 pass attempt game, like where they're having to just launch the ball to keep up with Allen and Diggs and company? It could. But and one thing you mentioned, Devin, on Al's side, what you mentioned last week, and it kind of like I knew the Jags were going to win. I think we talked about this a few times on last week's pod. One thing you mentioned was that it's tough to put up a lot of fantasy production against the Falcons. And Al's got C.J. Stroud and Dameon Pierce going up against the Falcons this week.
Very true.
And if you add that to the lack of production from Darren Waller, like if those three guys don't hit for Al, I think Ross can win this pretty decisively.
All right. So I agree with that. But what you said earlier, I think Belichick is going to
take out Kamara
and go look at the history of what Derrick Henry does against the Colts.
So this is the week that Henry and Pollard both hit, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And then and Matt, you said Jefferson's gonna hit. So
Yeah.
I
and
think it's gonna be. It
Al
could be
doesn't
close.
lose many. He doesn't lose many back-to-back games, guys. He's got 10 win seasons the last 2 years. He
It's like
doesn't.
Andy Reid.
He does not lose back-to-back very often. Ross, on the other hand, has been known to be very streaky. You know, he can rattle off 5 wins in a row, but he can also lose 5 in a row.
And look, Garrett Wilson's going against the worst
Denver.
defense in the NFL with
Yeah.
Denver.
And
Nico,
Wilson looks his way, man. Zach
Oh.
Wilson, like he looks his way, like that. He is his guy.
yeah, it's the Wilsons.
Wilson.
James Conner,
It's the Wilsons.
Cincinnati's defense is they're just their entire team just looks like trash. So Connor could have a bounce back week. I just think Miami's just going to steamroll the Giants, and unless like Darren Waller needs to get in Daniel Jones' ear and just be that squeaky wheel and be like, dude, look, I'm the best player you have on offense. You need to throw me the ball. You know, Darren Waller should have 12 targets a game.
But like defensively, though, man, think about like how easy it is to strategize against the Giants' offense right now. Like you have to put your focus on Waller. They're going out there with like.
But he's been open though. That's the thing, is it he's been open.
Like, I know, but you know what Daniel Jones wants to do though?
Wants to run the ball.
Yeah, he wants to take off.
Like a fucking idiot. He's such an idiot. He should
Well,
be
he's paid.
He should be selling Ford Focuses on veterans is what he should be fucking doing.
Well, he's a paid idiot, and the Giants are looking like idiots for paying him. Huh. Time to decide. What are we thinking? I'm thinking.
I'm going the Empire, man.
Go on, Ross.
I'm going adolescent Jags. I think the Jags snapped the 2-game losing streak.
I get why y'all are doing that, because y'all need Al to lose, but I need Ross.
No, it's just
I don't need Al to lose. I just want him to.
It's very risky to put all your trust into a rookie quarterback, and also to have two Houston Texans, both hit. It's just very tough, guys. It's tough. And I'm liking what I'm seeing.
I love what I'm seeing.
I don't want to leave y'all again, man. Sorry.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just move the camera down a little bit so we can get demonetized.
I'm going Ross, guys. Last but not least, we have our matchup, Matt. Our primetime matchup. We're both 3-1, top 5 teams. We got some heavy hitters on our lineups. It can go either way. I mean, ESPN as of right now is literally 50-50.
Yeah.
The Cup thing is what's hanging over all of this. Like we've already talked. It's going to have a big shift in projections.
The recent move that team Sergio Figueroa made at tight end.
What team are we fucking talking about right now?
Grabbing Tyler Conklin, and he's playing Denver, and
I don't have Tyler Conklin.
Huh?
I don't have Tyler Conklin.
I don't know who either.
But team Sergio Figueroa does.
Oh,
yeah, see, y'all fuck. I can't deal with it. It's really fucking me up, man.
Yeah, so team Sergio Figueroa is going to bench Kyle Pitts this week, and he's going to go with Tyler Conklin after a pretty good performance last week. He's matched up against Denver.
Oh, you confused me with the names.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say it's 50-50. If I have a big game from Breece Hall, it could go my way. If Cooper Kupp comes back and has a game, I mean, Mike Evans, if he could play.
Yeah. The one thing of note that could
not playing this week.
Yeah, he's on a bye week. But I need Zay Jones to play. I need Jerry Jeudy to play. And if Kupp doesn't play, I need Puka to find the end zone, because I'm rolling with Stafford this week. So I need it. I need either Kupp or Puka to go off, and I need them to find the end zone. So and this isn't humble, man. This is like legit. Like I don't like my chances. I really don't. Like
No,
You son of a gun, you.
I don't like my chances. I think Brees is gonna have a good game. I think Tyreek's gonna have a good game, and I Hurts is gonna do what Hurts does.
yeah.
I think you're in a position to get me this week.
Like I said, dude, it could go either way. Like I'm always confident, and I always say I'm going to win, but this will be a close matchup. The
Devin,
Cooper Cup
what's your
is
thoughts?
is
What's your
definitely
thoughts?
scaring me a little bit.
Oh, this is going to be the first tie of the season. Y'all are going to tie.
Yeah, we're definitely going to tie.
Y'all are going to
One-
tie.
120.2 to 120.2.
No,
Yeah.
it's going to be 136.8 to 136.8.
Okay.
I'll take it, man. I'll take those points, man. I'll take them. Even if
Okay.
I lose, I hope I score a lot of points.
All right, it's going to be
Dude, I want the
113.3
points.
to 113.3.
I hope T. Higgins plays, but I got him on my bench as of now.
I don't think
You're
he's
good,
playing.
man. You're good with Tyler Boyd. He's solid. 12 points for sure.
That's a
Yeah.
good handcuff, Matt. Good handcuff.
Yeah.
All right. Matchups done.
Matchup's done, man. Pod done. That's all I got, bro.
Yeah.
Matt, it's good to have you back, bro.
Very great.
Thanks, man. I think this was a great pod to be on, a great episode to, reintroduce myself. And I'm looking forward to the future, man. I'm here. Like I said, I put all my ducks in a row. I'm back, baby.
Back.
I'm ready. Bigger and better.
It's been an honor to serve in your place.
Well, no. I like the 3-piece.
Yeah, the 3-piece is nice.
I want the 3-piece.
Yeah.
You bring so much more chemistry to this.
Yeah.
Well, I just, I try to do some deep dives, I try to do,
No, your analysis is perfect. It plays off well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the wild card.
Yes, we've
I'm
missed
the
the
wild
wild card. We've
You
missed the wild
keep
card.
pace.
We've
Serge
been
is the anchor. You keep pace, and I just throw my little wild card that's in there. I
Yeah.
love the tripod.
We as a league have missed that. I've been pretty straightforward, except the league where that little serpent was on, and I just lost control. I just couldn't, I couldn't help myself. I just, I got a little aggressive, which I will never take it back. I'll do it again if that fucker will ever get back on here. But I'm just saying, it has been an honor because we have missed you. We missed your wit, we missed your positive energy, and we just miss you, man. And I'm glad I'm going to see you Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Yes,
and looking forward to beating Ian or whatever the fuck his name is this week.
Yes.
Oh yeah, man. Well said.
I love the tripod. Keep the tripod. Let's keep the tripod. I love it.
Let's keep it going. And just something to put on y'all's horizon. In a few weeks, we have our annual Halloween episode. If you want to start preparing, costumes and wigs and makeup, or just whatever direction you want to go, just have fun with it. I'm excited for that.
I will be Sergio Figueroa.
It doesn't have to be football related, does it?
No, be anything. You can.
I had a blonde wig.
Yeah.
He had a wig.
I got a lot of costumes and a lot of wigs for what I do on Saturday. So I'll be invested.
I got a lot of wigs for what I do on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I'll be very invested in that episode.
Nice. Well, I'm probably just to pay my respects, I might go with like a Miss Rachel costume this year.
Lifesaver, right? Lifesaver. Serge,
Matt, you'll know about Miss Rachel soon. I know you don't know about her yet, but you'll know about Miss Rachel.
It's a very love-hate.
I can't wait to hear about Miss Rachel.
She's gonna become a part of your family, basically. She's like an aunt, a big sister, all in one. Mom, grandma.
Look, you'll hate her, but at the same time, you'll want more from her. I'm just
okay.
All right, man. It's getting late. Let's throw in the towel.
Yeah, Serge on that Eastern time, man.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at It's 22:49 right now, military time.
Well, it's only 21:49 here.
Yeah.
It's 9:49 here. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all motherfuckers in China or something. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Hell yeah, man. Week 5. Here we go.
It's been a hell of a pod. A salute to you, and love you guys. Can't wait till next time.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Good luck,
Bye.
everybody,
All
but
right.
bad luck to
Peace.
the end.